right now on 5 on your side at 10.
Tonight, broken promises. Leaders said they would fix the city of St. Louis's 911 system where emergency calls go unanswered. Our I-Team finds out things have only gotten worse.
Frosty Friday, at least for some of us. The trends that bring the pollen counts way up next week.
But first tonight, delivery dupe.
I'm shocked that that happened in our building, for sure.
Details of the criminal posing as a delivery driver.
That man posing as a food delivery driver to get inside a Central West End apartment building is now behind bars. Thanks for being with us. I'm Ann Allred.
And I'm Mike Bush. Police say once he was inside, he sexually assaulted a woman who lived there. 5 on your side's Travis Cummings joins us live from North Kings Highway across from Forest Park with this story. Travis.
Mike and neighbors inside this building here say while that man has been arrested, they now have another thing to look out for.
We moved back to St. Louis after being away for 20 years, and we intentionally moved here to the Central West End.
Lolly House loves where she lives. She finds peace in her condo on Kings Highway, even in the middle of the hustle and bustle.
We bought it a year and a half ago, and we came back in October and moved in.
House was shocked to hear about what happened inside the lobby of her building Wednesday, where a woman told police she was sexually assaulted. Police say this man, 27-year-old Jaquan D. Rush from Ferguson, pretended to be a food delivery man, and the woman let him inside. Once he was in, the woman says Rush exposed himself to her, grabbed her wrists, and groped her. When she started to scream, Rush ran off. Police later found him and arrested him.
We have a lot of safety features built into our building here, so it's unfortunate that that didn't work for this particular person, and I feel terrible that that happened to her.
He could have been sitting and waiting.
Cynthia Danley with the Domestic Violence Service Safe Connection says sexual assaults are becoming more intense.
And he said, thought, hey, here's my chance. Let me get in this building. And with her screaming, that was great because she wasn't going to go quietly or whatever he was going to do to her. She screamed.
For Danley and the people in this neighborhood, it's a reminder to stay vigilant.
And as you're getting out of your vehicle, look around and see who's hanging around, just to make sure that you're as safe as possible.
People are trying hard to find ways to take advantage of people and harm them. So we all just have to be extra thoughtful and careful.
Court records show Rush was out on bond for 2 weapons-related charges when he was arrested for this assault. We're live in the Central West End tonight. Travis Cummings, 5 on your side.
Let's take a live look over downtown St. Louis. Pretty, right? Skies are partly cloudy, a little chilly tonight. We've been all over the place with the weather this week. We've had heat, we've had storms, now this bit of a cool down.
Let's get right over to our weather forecaster, Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell. And Scott, are we back in the sunshine tomorrow?
Some of us will get a lot of sunshine tomorrow, especially north and northwest of St. Louis. For the metro area and points south and southeast, it's going to be a little more limited, similar to what we saw during the day Thursday. Now, we're cooling off tonight. Notice it's already down to 40 in Warrenton. Farmington's 42 degrees. The Chesterfield Valley at 41 right now. So some of our outlying areas really getting chilly. 47 now over at Lambert as you're looking at the airport where it's quiet. The winds are fairly light. And yes, we have a frost advisory showed to you again just north and west of St. Louis. And it now has been extended down into the Farmington area to Potosi and into Jefferson County, and Pike County and Montgomery County north and west of St. Louis have been upgraded to a freeze warning as temperatures will likely drop just below freezing for a bit early tomorrow morning. So another cold night, mix of sun and clouds. The clouds are thicker south and east of St. Louis, and those are the areas that probably won't see any frost early tomorrow morning. There is a warming trend into next week, and the quiet weather will continue for several more days. We're going to talk about the changes coming our way for next week in just a few minutes, Mike.
All right, Scott. We are learning more about the 5 people killed in the storm in southeast Missouri. 3 of the 5 victims were related. Across the area, the cleanup continues, the community coming together to pick up and feed their neighbors. Ryan Henson was in Bollinger County today, and he joins us in studio now with more on the relief efforts. Ryan.
And Mike, from Kansas City to St. Louis and all across the region, people are pouring into Bollinger County to help in any way possible.
I checked on them. They're all good. So we're all blessed, real blessed here.
A Southeast Missouri community is holding family, friends, and strangers close as they recover from a catastrophic tornado that touched down on Wednesday. The funerals for 3 of the 5 killed are set. 16-year-old Destiny Koenig, her cousin Jimmy Skaggs, and grandmother Susan Sullivan will have funerals on Monday in Marble Hill. Koenig's boyfriend, Michael McCoy, and another man, Glenn Burks, also died in the tornado. Now neighbors and strangers across the region are flooding the rural community with love and resources.
A bunch of my friends and neighbors come down and cleaned up the best we could, and it was awesome. I couldn't believe it. I had so many there, and then they brought us food and everything like that.
And a much-needed hot meal.
This may be the only time somebody gets to come and take a break, take a load off their feet, and get a hot meal and have an opportunity to talk with our emotional spiritual care chaplains.
The Salvation Army, Southern Baptist, and Woodland R4 School District came together to prepare 300 meals for survivors and first responders in the area.
It's all about loving the kids. I mean, we love our students here at Woodland, and we love them 24 hours a day. And we know that they are out there in homes right now that have no power, have not had power for a couple days. They've not had services, and we're just going out there to check on them.
Chicken and dumplings and sandwiches were loaded onto school buses and driven straight to neighborhoods where people are working tirelessly to help their friends and neighbors recover. Ryan Henry. Community partners plan to serve meals in the community through the weekend and most likely into next week. Mike?
You can help people impacted by the tornadoes in Missouri and Illinois. All you have to do is text the word tornado to 314-425-5355, and we'll send you a link with that information.
Developing tonight, police are asking for your help finding the person who shot and killed a teenager in North St. Louis. 15-year-old Jamarian Taylor was found shot on Athlone Avenue south of O'Fallon Park just before 10:30 last night. He died at the scene. Police are asking anyone with information about his death to call Crime Stoppers at 866-371-TIPS. A man is dead after mechanical failure caused him to crash on Interstate 70. It happened this morning near 70 and Jennings Station Road. Missouri Highway Patrol says 60-year-old Allie Pope lost control and swerved into the path of a semi-truck. Pope and a fellow passenger were both ejected from their seats. Pope died at the scene, but the passenger is expected to be okay.
Tonight, a search lasting nearly 24 hours for a suspect wanted in 2 separate incidents in Fenton is finally over. Police now have the man in custody. They say it started Saturday when he assaulted a gas station clerk at the Phillips 66 off Interstate 44 and stole some lottery tickets. Then Wednesday night, he broke into a couple's home and pointed a shotgun at them.
There was a policeman at our door shortly after that. And then he said, stay in because the canines are coming. And then they went down to check our shed to make sure he didn't get in our shed and hide in it.
Police took the man into custody tonight in Jefferson County, and they credit tips from the public for helping in this investigation. Tonight, the Circuit Attorney's Office charged 53-year-old David Thompson for abandonment of a corpse. Early Tuesday morning, police found 47-year-old Glenn Williams' body rolled in plastic and a carpet on a back parking pad in the 3700 block of Dunica Avenue. Right now, the medical examiner's office is working to determine the cause of death. Anyone with information about this case is asked to contact Crime Stoppers. Again, that number 866-371-TIPS.
Contamination concerns are still growing in St. Charles, and the EPA is taking action. This all goes back to contamination concerns at St. Charles Elm Point Wellfield. Now the agency is giving Ameren and the city 21 days to reach an agreement to decide how and when the cleanup process can begin. The city shut down 6 of its 7 wells due to contaminants found in the water. The EPA says Ameren, Missouri is responsible for the contamination and the cleanup.
Us as the citizens, we're being held hostage in the middle. There's the city and there's Ameren, but they need to come up with something together to say, hey, we're going to come together, we're going to get this access agreement, we are going to clean up the contamination.
5 on Your Side reached out to Ameren, Missouri, which said, quote, we've been attempting to reach an agreement for months. The EPA says if an agreement cannot be reached, they will resort to enforcement options.
It felt like a bad dream. It really did. If you can't call 911, who can you call?
A man is dead, and his wife says it could have been prevented. In an I-Team exclusive, a widow explains why the failing 911 system is to blame for the tragedy.
Still a little frost for some of us tomorrow morning, but Mother Nature is giving us a break for a few days, just in time for the Easter weekend. We are, though, tracking rain chances for next week.
And right now, mental health experts are available to answer your call. Project 5 is teaming up with Behavioral Health Response to help anyone who needs support. You can talk to an expert. Just call 314-469-6644 until 10:30 tonight.
St. Louis officials and public safety leaders have been promising to improve the city's 911 system for years.
But the I-Team found those promises have not been kept. In tonight's exclusive, our Christine Byers brings us the story of one woman who says her husband died after no one answered his call for help.
My husband was the hardest worker you would ever meet. The best dad to our children.
Hi, big girl. Rich Schlesing was a man of family and of habit.
He was pretty well at home, same time, every single day, very punctual.
When he didn't come home from work in late January, his wife Ashley started calling.
No answer, no answers.
So she started driving her husband's route home from work.
That's when I spotted his car near Bevo Mill. He was unconscious at the wheel, and it seems as if he was already gone.
Ashley called 911. No one answered.
It felt like a bad dream. It really did. If you can't call 911, who can you call?
Finally, she got through, and police arrived.
This was, 10 plus minutes of attempts of trying to call 911 for help.
A detective at the scene told her her husband had died. Police found surveillance footage and told Ashley what happened. She knew he carried his own gun.
He was at a stoplight and went to remove the gun from his holster, and the gun accidentally went off.
A round hit an artery in his leg.
After it happened, he had pulled over to the side of the road and put the car in park and turned it off.
His cell phone was sitting on the armrest of his car. The last number he dialed was 911. An hour before anybody found him.
The call lasted 1 minute and 12 seconds.
Yes.
And you don't see that anyone answered.
Yeah, it looks like he was just on hold.
City leaders have been promising to improve the 911 system for years. Here's Mayor Tashara Jones in August of 2021.
It's no secret that our 911 system needs our support.
The I-Team requested stats and information about what's been done since then and found staffing has gotten worse. In March of 2022, the police department was short 31 dispatchers. Now, there are 41 vacancies. Call wait times are worse, too. The national standard is to answer 90% of 911 calls within the first 10 seconds. In February of 2022, 68% of 911 calls in St. Louis were answered in that time frame. This February, that dropped to 61%.
It should be an immediate response. That's what they're there for.
The city's 3 dispatching systems, police, fire, and EMS, were supposed to be consolidated by October of 2021. That still hasn't happened. In a statement, public safety spokesman Monty Chambers wrote in part, combining all 3 centers takes time. This process, which began in 2008, is in the planning phase with a target completion date of 2026. Dispatcher salaries are still all over the place, ranging from $31,000 to $74,000. The mayor's public safety spokesman says union negotiations to narrow those gaps are still ongoing. No one from the city agreed to go on camera, saying they view a letter Ashley's attorney sent to the mayor asking for an in-person conversation about fixing the broken system as a legal threat. Ashley says the mayor never responded.
I wasn't aware of this until it happened to us.
Do you think someone answering that 911 call could have made a difference here?
I absolutely do.
The mayor's public safety spokesman says there has been some progress. Police cadets and other first responders have been working as dispatchers, and the city has also upgraded dispatching technology. For the I-Team, Christine Byers, 5 on your side.
Safety leaders also tell our I-Team, callers should stay on hold with 911 because if you call back, it puts you at the back of the line. You can find more on other dispatcher shortages in the city at KSDK.com.
Well, if you're hitting the road this Easter weekend, keep an eye on those gas prices. According to AAA, the average price for gas in Missouri is now at $3.18 a gallon. That's up 8 cents since this time last week. Right now in St. Louis, people are paying on average of $3.29 a gallon, up 10 cents from last week. We have made it easier to find the lowest gas prices in your area. All you have to do is text the word gas to 314-425-5355. and we'll send you a link.
There's a brand new hotel in Clayton. Just a few hours ago, the Clayton community gathered to celebrate the grand opening of the Residence Inn by Marriott, the first new hotel in 30 years. The $47 million project includes 12 stories and 170 rooms. It features several amenities and stunning views of Shaw Park. Just a few minutes ago, the Urban League wrapped up its 105th annual dinner meeting celebrating the Urban League's continued impact on their clients. The dinner took place at the Marriott St. Louis Grand Hotel, and our very own, there he is, Today in St. Louis anchor Rennie Knott was the host. And he'll be here in like 5 hours.
He's coming straight from
yes,
there.
Yes, pretty much.
As well.
Well, Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell joins us now with that Weather First forecast, and the temperatures will be easing up.
Yeah, they're going to ease up, but they got to go down a little more tonight because it is really dry. You can feel that dry air across the region. So it's down to 40 degrees in Pacific right now, 43 up in Alton. Look at Edwardsville at 40. You're going to see some spots tonight dropping back into the low and mid 30s, especially north and west of St. Louis. We've had some high clouds, and we still do have some high clouds around Lambert. And really, south and east of St. Louis, that high cloud cover is thick enough where we don't think we're going to be able to get frost to form there. But where there's more opportunity for the sky to break, and especially north and west of St. Louis, from Pike back to Montgomery County, we are looking at now a freeze warning. So the back edge of that high thin cloud cover about to Herman, pretty close to Troy right now. But again, areas south and east of St. Louis likely to see this cloud cover. And it really gets reinforced by some energy that's down to our south. So we think as we head into tomorrow, we're going to get some more clouds that will drift in. But all of the rain should stay to our south and southeast, a lot of it over Louisiana and spreading into parts of Mississippi. Here at home, we wake up tomorrow. Yes, it's chilly. Yes, we'll be looking at some clouds, especially during the afternoon hours into early evening. But the trend will be for them to start pushing away and really thinning out for good, we think, as we head towards Friday night. This should set us up for a really nice Easter weekend. So temperatures on Easter Sunday will jump very quickly. Now, we are going to have nice weather for Friday, for Saturday and Sunday. On Saturday, we know a lot of kids are doing some egg hunts. Temperatures will be a little chillier around 9 o'clock at 49 degrees. We're back at 63 at 1 and then 66 degrees heading into the afternoon hours. On Sunday, Easter Sunday, if you are doing any traveling and paying that $3.29 or more per gallon of gas, you will find quiet weather out towards Kansas City, down towards Springfield, but clouds start to increase there, while areas to our east will look at plenty of sunshine. Speaking of plenty of sunshine, look at next week's forecast. How about 80-ish for the high, give or take a couple of degrees? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah, we're getting into some warmer weather. Frost tomorrow morning, especially north and west of St. Louis. Maybe some spots down below freezing for a short time. Then heading through the rest of the weekend into next week. There's one rain chance on Monday. It's a very small chance. And then we have to wait till next weekend.
So will that next week probably be pretty bad as far as the pollen?
Oh, it's going to blast.
Yeah. Claritin time. All right, Scott, thank you. Sports is coming up. Corey?
Well, the Blues had a familiar face in town tonight, and Vladimir Tarasenko did what he does best, but his old teammates ended up with the last laugh. Stick around, sports is coming up next.
And right now, Project 5 is teaming up with Behavioral Health Response to help anyone who needs mental health support. You can talk to an expert. Just call 469-6644 until 10:30 tonight.
The Sports Desk is sponsored by Jim Butler Chevrolet, the Midwest's #1 Chevy dealer 10 years running.
Here's something to think about. Vladimir Tarasenko is likely in the list of top 10 foreign-born athletes in the history of St. Louis sports. I'm talking ever. In 11 years, he won his Stanley Cup and climbed into 5th place on the team's all-time scoring list. Tonight, he was back in town for the first time as an opponent. There's New York Ranger Vladimir Tarasenko enjoying his tribute video. The Blues always do so well. And here's the new Russian phenom in St. Louis, Alexei Toropchenko with a snipe. That's his 4th goal in the last 6 games. You just knew Vladdy was going to get one too. He beats old friend Jordan Binnington. Tarasenko had a goal and an assist tonight. This game went to overtime and the Blues had the last laugh. Kasperi Kapanen beats Yaroslav Halak, another ex-Blue. Blues win 3-2. Vladdy, what did you think of your return?
Well, that was a very emotional moment for me. Thank you very much to all community, and you know, I don't really talk since the trade, but all the support they give us through those 11 years was unreal. I always loved the fans, and fans been very nice to me and my family, so it was very, very emotional for us, and thank you very much for doing that.
In St. Louis, it's never too early to overanalyze the Cardinals, so let's do some one-week reflection, the good, the bad, and the ugly. The ugly is the now dueling quotes between manager Oliver Marmol and outfielder Tyler O'Neill about a perceived lack of hustle. That may be the most attention-grabbing headline from Week 1, but it's the ineffective rotation that's had the biggest impact. The Cardinals have given up 20 runs in the first 2 innings through 6 games. That is not going to fly. The good is the offense, churning right along with hot starts from Jordan Walker and company. And our Cardinals analyst for 2023, Katie Woo from The Athletic, has some thoughts on another player that has really stood out so far.
Ollie Marmol described Nolan Gorman coming into camp as a different player. He has more confidence, more poise. Of course, when you're a rookie debuting in the big leagues, there's going to be that up and down kind of stress and how he responds to that. But Nolan Gorman really took that personally and decided he's going to come in and just absolutely rake. He's been that power bat from the left-handed side, more or less has locked up the nearly daily starting DH role.
This 5 on Your Side St. Louis City SC coverage is sponsored by Together Credit Union.
So far, City SC has gone on the road to some tough environments in Austin, Portland, and Salt Lake City and come away with a win each time. This week will be their toughest test yet. First place City is heading to Seattle to face the second place Sounders. And this is a measuring stick game for Coach Carnell and his team.
I mean, if you want to mix yourself up, you know, you want to measure yourself and test yourself, you're going to have to test yourself against the best. And Seattle's really that traditional number, right? We want to gauge and find where we are in this league. And so far, you know, we've been proud about our own abilities. And, yeah, we've been excited about going to very good teams because that's the only way for us to get better.
Cue the soft piano music. 65 was the magic number today in round 1 of the Masters. Victor Hovland set the early pace and sported the shirt of the day as well. Jon Rahm and Brooks Koepka also finished with 65s. Tiger Woods finished 9 shots back of the lead after 1 round. He closed stronger with 2 birdies over his final 4 holes to wind up at +2. But with rough weather in the forecast for the weekend, he's got an uphill climb. Now about that shirt for Victor Hovland.
I had nothing to do with it. I just wear what they tell me to wear. No, I mean, it's definitely a little bit out there, but I think I'd rather take these than the pink pants I had last year. So we're making progress.
I mean, this is going to be an interesting finish to the tournament with the weather coming in. If I can just kind of hang in there, maybe kind of inch my way back, hopefully it'll be positive towards the end.
One of the best sports weekends of the entire year. I'm not going to move on Sunday. I'm watching the Masters all day long.
And that shirt was a little lucky today.
A little bit lucky.
Yeah.
I like a man in pink. I like the pants.
Corey, thanks.
Did someone say Cardinals flash sale? You're in luck.
The St. Louis Microfest is back. You'll get a chance to sample more than 125 local and national craft breweries, taste local cuisine, and enjoy live music. It's May 6th in Forest Park in the Upper Muni parking lot. Proceeds will benefit Lift for Life. Tickets are on sale now. This is the 26th year for the event.
Listen up, Cardinals fans. They're having a special flash sale tomorrow morning. You can buy tickets for the upcoming series with Pittsburgh. Just $9. You can score tickets to games on April 13th through April 16th. There is a limit, though, 8 tickets per person per game. Flash sale starts at 9 a.m. tomorrow to 9 p.m. It is Holy Thursday, and to celebrate, Pope Francis led a mass at St. Peter's Basilica in the Vatican. Holy Thursday commemorates the washing of Jesus' feet and the Last Supper, where Jesus was scheduled to be crucified.
And Scott has a final check of the weather.
And we are looking at those high clouds out there right now, but that's about it. And it's enough where if you go north and west of St. Louis, you kind of get out of that influence. So that's where we expect the coolest temperatures to be tomorrow morning and areas of frost north and west of St. Louis. Down to 47 now in St. Louis. We're at 63 tomorrow for the high, 68 on Saturday. Your Easter weekend is going to be very nice in St. Louis. Temperatures around 70 on Sunday afternoon, and it is dry for the entire weekend. As far as the next 10 days, Monday's probably dry too. There's a small chance, but it's really small. And then it's warm after that, nice and bright, and another chance for storms by next weekend.
And there you have it. 5 on your side at 10. The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon is next.
Guests tonight, Molly Shannon, Ramon Rodriguez, and Sophie Buttle. Start your day with Today in St. Louis beginning at 4 a.m. Have a great Friday tomorrow.